Have you ever wondered how North Korea, a country often shrouded in mystery and controversy, came into existence? Our story starts in the aftermath of World War II. As the dust of the conflict settled, the Korean peninsula found itself divided along the 38th parallel. To the north, the Soviet Union's influence was palpable. Out of this geopolitical chessboard, a young anti-Japanese guerrilla leader, Kim Il-sung, began to rise to prominence. He emerged as a symbol of resistance, a beacon of hope for the people yearning for sovereignty. Fast forward to 1948, and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, more commonly known as North Korea, was officially established with Kim Il-sung at its helm. The nation's founding was steeped in an ideology of self-reliance, or juche, which would come to shape its political, economic, and social systems. However, peace was fleeting. The early 50s saw the Korean peninsula engulfed in a devastating war. The North, backed by its communist allies, sought unification with the South, which was supported by the United States and other Western powers. This conflict, the Korean War, was brutal and transformative. It not only entrenched the division of the peninsula, but also solidified North Korea's political and ideological path. In 1953, an armistice agreement was signed, bringing an end to the active hostilities. Yet, a formal peace treaty was never agreed upon, leaving the two Koreas technically at war to this day. This tense ceasefire has defined the relationship between the North and South, and has influenced North Korea's interactions with the rest of the world. The birth of North Korea was a complex process, marked by international power plays, ideological clashes, and a devastating war. It was shaped by the charismatic leadership of Kim Il-sung, whose legacy continues to influence the nation's trajectory. Thus, against a backdrop of global tension and local strife, North Korea was born, setting the stage for a unique political experiment. What is life truly like for the ordinary citizens of North Korea? Peering into the lives of North Koreans, we find a society that is remarkably uniform, with social structures designed to reinforce the state's absolute control. The Songbun system, a form of social stratification, categorizes citizens into three main classes: the loyal, the wavering, and the hostile. This system heavily influences a person's opportunities for education, employment, and even marriage. Education in North Korea is compulsory and state-controlled, with a strong emphasis on political indoctrination. From an early age, children are taught to revere their leaders and conform to the state's ideology, with propaganda being weaved into every aspect of the curriculum. The healthcare system, while theoretically universal and free, suffers from chronic shortages of medicines and modern medical equipment. The state's focus on political ideology often overshadows the needs of healthcare, resulting in a system that struggles to meet the basic health needs of its citizens. Housing in North Korea is also controlled by the state. Apartments are allocated based on a family's status and need, but the quality varies significantly. While Pyongyang's skyline boasts gleaming towers, many rural homes lack basic amenities, such as reliable electricity and running water. In the midst of these realities, the power of propaganda and state-controlled media cannot be overstated. Radios and televisions are preset to state channels, and all publications are subject to stringent censorship. Through these channels, the state shapes the narrative, fostering a culture of unquestioning loyalty and isolation from the outside world. Yet within these constraints, the people of North Korea find ways to adapt and persist. They navigate the complexities of their society, making the best of the resources and opportunities available to them. Despite the challenging circumstances, the people of North Korea continue to navigate their daily lives under the regime's watchful eyes. Who holds the reins of power in North Korea? Let's dive into this complex question. At the pinnacle of North Korea's political hierarchy is the Supreme Leader, a position currently held by Kim Jong-un. The Supreme Leader wields absolute authority, but he doesn't govern alone. The ruling Workers' Party of Korea, with its vast network of committees and departments, plays a critical role in implementing policies and maintaining control. The party's monolithic ideology, Yush, which translates to self-reliance, is the guiding principle. Yush emphasizes national independence, economic self-sustainability, and an unwavering military-first policy. This ideology is deeply ingrained in North Korean society and plays a significant role in shaping the country's domestic and foreign policies. The government also employs an extensive personality cult around the Supreme Leader to secure loyalty and obedience. So, in the heart of North Korea's political system lies a unique blend of ideology, personality cult, and authoritarian control. How does North Korea interact with the rest of the world? This question is one that continues to baffle many. North Korea, often referred to as the Hermit Kingdom, has over the years established a reputation for its elusive and often confrontational approach towards international relations. The country's stance on international issues is largely shaped by its ideology of self-reliance, or juche, which emphasizes independence in thought and politics, and a strong military. This has led to North Korea's continuous pursuit of nuclear weaponry, often putting it at odds with the international community. On the human rights front, North Korea's record is widely criticized. Reports of political repression, limited freedom of expression, and restricted access to information are rampant. These issues have not only strained North Korea's relations with other nations, but also led to its isolation on the global stage. In essence, North Korea's relations with the world are marked by tension, isolation, and a constant quest for legitimacy. What fuels North Korea's economy and military ambitions? Let's delve into this intriguing subject. North Korea operates within a state-controlled command economy, where the government dictates the production, distribution, and prices of goods and services. This economy largely hinges on agriculture and industry, with a significant chunk of the latter dedicated to the defense sector. Agriculture remains a vital part of North Korea's economy, with a substantial portion of the population engaged in farming. However, due to challenging environmental conditions and outdated farming methods, the agricultural sector often struggles to meet the nation's food demands. On the other hand, the industrial sector is dominated by state-owned enterprises, with a focus on heavy industries like mining, metallurgy, and machinery. Despite international sanctions, North Korea also engages in trade, primarily with China, which has become its most significant economic partner. However, this trade is still limited, owing to strict international sanctions. While the economy struggles with various challenges, including food insecurity and economic isolation, it's a different story when it comes to North Korea's military ambitions. The nation has one of the world's largest standing armies and has made significant strides in its nuclear program. North Korea's military capabilities, particularly its development of nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles, have been a source of global concern. Despite international pressure and economic sanctions, the country has continued to invest heavily in its military, viewing it as a crucial deterrent against perceived external threats. The nuclear program in particular has been a point of contention. North Korea has conducted several nuclear tests over the past decades, and while it claims these are for self-defense, the international community sees them as a significant threat to global peace and security. Despite economic challenges, North Korea continues to invest heavily in its military and nuclear capabilities, creating a complex conundrum for global peace and security. This paradox of economic struggle and military might paint a fascinating, if somewhat unsettling, picture of this hermit kingdom. What does the future hold for North Korea? As we cast our gaze forward, several potential scenarios emerge, each with its own set of implications, challenges, and opportunities. First, let's consider political change. North Korea's political structure has remained largely unaltered since its inception, but the winds of change are unpredictable. It's conceivable that the country could see a shift towards a more open and democratic system, though such a transformation would likely be gradual and fraught with challenges. A more liberal political climate could foster greater freedom and civil liberties, opening the door to significant social change. Next, we turn to economic reform. The North Korean economy, largely state-controlled and isolated from the global marketplace, could benefit from a move towards liberalization. This could involve the expansion of market-based mechanisms, a greater role for private enterprise, and increased integration with the global economy. Such reforms could stimulate economic growth and improve living standards, but they would also require careful management to avoid exacerbating social inequalities. Perhaps the most profound potential change is reunification with South Korea. This is a long-held dream for many Koreans on both sides of the 38th parallel. Reunification could bring about a host of benefits, from the economic to the social, but it is also a complex and delicate process. It would require extensive negotiations, mutual concessions, and a shared vision for a united Korea. Finally, the international community continues to play a crucial role in shaping North Korea's future. Efforts towards dialogue and peace building are ongoing, with the aim of easing tensions and promoting stability on the Korean peninsula. These initiatives involve a range of actors, from regional powers like China and Japan to international organizations like the United Nations. The future of North Korea remains uncertain, but the hope for peace and change continues to endure. As we watch this intriguing nation evolve, we hold on to the belief that a brighter, more peaceful future is possible. A future where the people of North Korea can thrive, their potential unhindered by political constraints and economic hardship.